Yes, good day guys, welcome back to Don's Graphics Design, where today we shall be looking at how to design a burger flyer, an awesome burger flyer using a Pixellab application. If you are coming across our channel for the first time, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our regular design tips and tutorials. To all our returning subscribers, thank you guys so much. We really sending big shout outs to you. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. And the first thing we are going to do here, as usual, like I always do for most of our designs, is to start by preparing the backgrounds, then you bring in the elements and you conclude the design with the text. So we are going to change this background color into black for now, though we won't really need it, but let's just change it to black. And after changing the background color to black, go forward to import this wall element. So this is the wall element that we will be using, and what we're going to do is to size it up. Perfect. So after sizing it up this way, just make sure that everything is well aligned using your position button. After doing that, go to layer and you lock it up so that it doesn't disturb us from bringing in other elements. Now the next thing we are going to bring after bringing in this wall element is to bring in some table. So right here with me, I have this table element that I worked out on Pixellab. So I'm just going to size it up. Good, so we're going to size it up this way. Sorry about that guys. So we're going to size it up this way and use our position button to send it down a bit. Good. So after sending it down this way, go to your layer and lock it up as well. Then the next thing we want to bring is to bring in the burger, and here we have our burger. I removed the background using the Photo Room application. So we're going to increase the size of the burger a bit, then we place it nicely here, and as you can see, we need to make sure that it's on the middle, so we align it properly using our relative position tool to the middle. After doing that, click on the check mark. Then we're going to create a shadow that will reflect on all that will cast on the table. So we're going to bring in some shadow that will be showing on the table. So how do we do that? Let me take it all over. In order to create your shadow, all you need to do is to click on shapes, then you choose a circle and you choose gradient. After choosing gradient, click on the plus button. Then once you are done clicking on the plus button, click here and here to set the first color. So we are going to reduce the opacity of this completely, then we click OK. After doing that, click here on this fourth pattern of gradient, the one having the light to the middle or to the center. And what we are going to do now is to swap the color position by clicking here. Then you bring this white closer to the black and you click OK. Then you click the check mark and we have our shadow. So we need to compress it a little like so. Then we bring it down here, and what we're going to do is to go to color and we change the color to black completely. Can you see now that it's casting some shadow on the table, which makes our work nicer. So we're going to send it above a little Then we'll go to the layer button and lock it up. Now after locking it up, you look at this light element here, you will discover that there is some form of lighting from the bulb, so we need to make it more brighter. And I have some white light with me that I downloaded on Canva, so I'm going to bring in the white light now so that we can use it to enhance the brightness of that light. So this is the white light. I will leave the link to get all of this on the video description, so no panic about this. Don't be panic. We're going to leave this now like so. Then the next thing that we're going to do is to bring in another burger element. This time around I'm bringing in the blood burger. Then I'm going to reduce the size a bit and carefully position it here. So after positioning it here, what we're going to do is to bring in again some tomato elements. Then we reduce the size of it, and if you look carefully, the tomato element itself is so bright, so it will be nice if we can place it here so that it will look as though the light from here is shining on the tomato element, which will make our work much more beautiful. So what we're going to do is to reduce the size, then we'll position it here, and after positioning it there, go to layer, then you send it to the back of the burger, and you see that you can even send it further. So let's increase the size a little. Good. Then we can leave it like this. Now there are some leaf elements that we also need to include in our design. So I have one here. So I'm going to rotate it a little like so. Then we position it here nicely, copy it, but then you rotate it to be facing the other side, and you reduce it in size a little. Then we can place it even here, and after placing it there, let's copy it again. Let's reduce the size now to be much more smaller. Then we'll bring it here, and let's go to rotation. So this is your rotation button. Let's rotate it to stand facing upwards. Good. So now we need to put in some text that can speak to people on what we are designing about. So we are going to click now on this letter A, or the alphabet button on Pixellab. Then we'll double tap to edit, and we'll write delicious. It should be in capital letters, and we're going to look for a nice font first of all for this. So Archivo Black can't go. Bevitas is too script, so I'm looking for Bebas. Fine, so Bebas can go, but then we have to change the color into some form of color that is yellow or even orange. So we can make it like so. We're using the yellow color. Then we reduce the size a bit. We use relative position to tack it to the middle, and we're going to copy this text, double tap to write burger in capital letters as well. And what we're going to do now is to increase the size of burger. Then we use relative position to position it as well on the middle, and we send it up. So we are still going to copy this leaf element, then we'll bring it to fall on the burger, just like so. So we have delicious burger. Now another element that we can bring here is the tomato element, but before we bring in the tomato element, let's copy this light effect. Copy, and as you can see we have two. So we're going to change the color now to black completely, and after changing the color to black, we're going to start positioning it down here, because we also need to put some write-ups down here. So we need these shadow effects, we need them down here. So just copy as much as you can, then we're going to position it here just like so. Good. Now go to layer and lock every of the shadow that you adjust from, or the light effect that you adjust from copying. So this is good. The next thing that we need to do is to bring in the contact buttons. So I have some contact buttons or social media icons. The first is on how they can contact this burger joint on WhatsApp. And then I'm going to change the color now to pure white. Then let's reduce it in size. To just about 5. And we use relative position now to place it here. And after placing it, let's go and bring now the core button. Then we change the color as well to white in order to maintain the same color blend for the whole design. So we're going to use white still. Then the size should be 5. Use your position button now. Let's reduce the size a bit. So this one should be 4. Okay, let's lock the burger element. Then let's click on the WhatsApp icon. It's too small, so we can even increase it a bit. Let's increase their sizes and see how they look like. So you have to be very technical here to make sure that the sizes are at least somehow equal to each other. Good. So this is okay. And also make sure that both of them are on the same alignment. And we can even go to layer, select the two icons, and we'll use our relative position to make sure that it's on the middle perfectly. So now we need to put in the various contact details. So let's write 065 and we are going to give it a font that is expanded, called Akira expanded font, and then we reduce the size and bring it closer. So so you can use relative position to make sure that it's on the middle as well. Then you can copy this particular text, double tap on it to write the next number of contact, so 6589301. Then you use your relative position still to make sure that everything is on the middle. So we have this, and the next thing that we're going to do now is to bring in the location button. And right here with me, I have the location button, but then what we're going to do is to change the size, the color to white as well. Then we can reduce the size. I think the size is 3. Okay, then we'll use our position button now to send it downwards. Then we can even reduce the size further. To just about 3. Then what we need to do now is to bring the name of the location, and we are going to bring in the name now by clicking on text to put the name. So the name of this place is the Big Event Launch. The Big Event Launch, Rue 44, Douala. So this is in Douala, Cameroon. Shout out to all our followers from Cameroon. And what we're going to do now is to go to font right away, and we use this particular font called Roxford Sans. But then we're going to reduce the size and make sure that it fits so well to what we are doing. Good. So after achieving this, go back to layer, then you select the location and use the relative position as well to make sure that it's on the middle. This is for the sake of alignment, which is very important in design. So I think this particular icon is bigger in size than the other one, so we're going to reduce the size and see how to achieve that. Good. I think this is better now, so we can align it properly. Perfect. Good. So everything is now in place. Everything is now in place, and what we need to do is to include the price for this delicious burger that we have. So we are going to include the price right away by copying this text. Then we double tap to write the price, which is actually 3,500 francs Cameroon money. And what we are going to do is to go to color, and give it this light orange color. Then let's increase it in size to make it much more visible. And I think 35 is just okay. But then what we're going to do is to go to shapes now. Click on shapes, choose a square shape, reduce the opacity completely, and then go to stroke and increase the stroke width to about 10. Then you can give it this green color. So let's reduce the stroke width to just about 8 and see. So this is okay. And what we're going to do now is to bring in the last element, which is just some nice tomato element to make the design much more appetizing. So I have some tomato elements with me. I just hope I find it so easily. Good. Then we are going to reduce the size of it. Then we'll position it so nicely here. And woo, it's done for our design. So this is just how you can design this awesome delicious burger flyer on your Pixellab application. Believing that we've learned one or two things, I hope to be seeing you in my next tutorial, but then you need to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out whenever we bring other amazing tutorials. Shout out to all our returning subscribers. We really love you all, and God bless you. See you some other time.